Hello, welcome to Web Dev How To, and in this channel I will be showing you how to create websites from the start using the languages HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and in future videos probably I'll be showing you also how to use PHP. But for starters it will be just HTML and CSS. And in today's video I will be just going over software I use and the things that I think that might be helpful to you, okay, for when creating websites. Okay, if you are new to web development, then this probably is the right channel for you. Otherwise, I don't know, still may be useful to you. You know, you might learn some things that you might not know. You know, there are some great things and some maybe bad points you might pick out. But for today, I'll be just showing you the software that I use and the software that you can use. Okay, so if you are interested in going to start web development, or like doing a lot of web development, then you might have heard of Dreamweaver, which is which I should have somewhere. There we go. Okay, so there we go. I do have Dreamweaver installed, but I don't tend to use it because it's not really much helpful and it's not very useful at all. I do sometimes use it because then it just, you know, it's got this sort of editor inside which allows you to add text into it, you know, into websites, like where like you can easily place stuff in there, and then it does all the things like styling and, you know, not styling but the placement of it, and you know, it just makes it look like where you want it to be when you look on a website, you know, on a browser. So there you go. I sometimes use it, but when I do these videos I will not be using that because I'll be showing you how to do that exactly so you get that exact position without having to use the shortcut, which is Dreamweaver. But obviously it is there if you want to use it, but it does come at a nifty price. Okay, just saying. Okay, you can download other text editors like Notepad++ and whatnot, but there's also Atom as well. Another free one which you can get from the internet, or like you know, it's free, download it if you want to use it, but I don't like this at all. You know, I would much prefer to use my very personal favourite, Sublime Text 3. Sublime Text 3 is my most favourite sort of site, and not site, my favourite text editor to use. As you can see here, this is basically a like a website which I'm creating at the moment, and I will show you how to create websites like that. And just as a little just as to show you, I will show you how, like, what it looks like. It will be better though in the future, but for now, it's what it looks like. Scroll. Okay, it's meant to scroll. There you go. There you see. Obviously, I will change it so it will look much nicer. And then, obviously, if someone was to run this on their computer, it will look much smoother. Now, because I'm recording, it probably won't be as smooth as it's meant to be. You know, but you know, it depends on what you see, because you're watching on YouTube. Okay, so I will show you to get stuff. Oh, I closed it. So just go to the links in the description, and then go and get Sublime Text 3. But if you already have Sublime Text 3, then obviously don't bother getting it because you already have it. Go to sublimetext.com, or link in the description, and point with this? There is Sublime Text 2, but you know, you might want to just use Sublime Text 3 because it's newer. You know, this is free to use as long as you know you can go download, or you can buy it if you want. Sublime Text, if you have Sublime Text 2, you know, you might want to think about upgrading because there are some features in there which I'll be talking about, which I'll be using, which you should probably have. Which I'm not sure whether it has in Sublime Text 2 or 3. I don't know whether it has in 2 or 3, but it's the one you should be using. Sublime Text 3. You know, all the versions, OS X, Ubuntu, Windows, you know, whatnot. And build log if you're really interested in knowing what's new. You can support them. I mean, I don't know, that's not support, no. You can support these people by buying a license. Depending on how much you know you want to pay. But you know, if you really want to buy one, you know, up to you. Okay, so I already have, as you can see, I already have this open, and oops, and I will now get rid of that. Okay, I should have done this. I should have done this before, but I am doing that right now, which is a bit bad. And then I'm going to CSS. And then that's for now. Okay, so make a new folder, you know, called My Sites if you want, and then inside that make a website, make a folder for your site, and then when you open it up in Sublime Text 3, as I've shown you, file, open folder, then to your folder. You should see a folder structure on the left hand side. And oh yeah, as I said, see it right here. You know, that might, as I said here, that might be useful to you if you want, but it's really useful to me because I can see what's inside my folders. And in there I'm going to insert a new file, and I'm going to save this as index, and then when it says all files, go down to HTML. No wait, HTML, there we go, where it says .html, .htm, this one I'm pointing to right here. Okay, so that will be your page. Whoops, rename those, and don't forget you need to put the .html thing, that little file extension at the back, just so it knows it's the .html file. And in there you can start coding HTML files. Before I go ahead, I'm going to show you a neat little tool which I love to use. I have literally created pages, and not pages, but I have created, you know, lots of things using this. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean, as in it's really easy. Okay, so when you're on this, I'll put this in the description as well, emmet.io, click download. Okay, and it's available for your favourite text editors, whichever one you want. Like, even available for the Adobe Dreamweaver, even available for Notepad++, Atom, you know, and brackets if you use it as well. There's loads of places where you can use it. And then there's also like the online thing as well, if you might do there as well, wanted to test out, and here as well. But you know, it's up to you really. Up to you. Depends on what you wanna which editor you want to use. But I'm gonna get the one for Sublime Text and then show you how to do that. So as you're here, click the amp. And click emit there. Oops, not that one. And then click here with package control. And then in here, just search for emit. And then you can see this. This is where you can find out information about emit. As if you want to know information about it, but I'm not so sure you would. But yeah, it depends. Okay, so how do you install it? Okay, so when you have Sublime Text open, project. So here you can go to package control and then search for emit. Go here, package control, and then where it says install package. Whoops. And then now go to emit. But in your one, you should see emit already in the you know what I mean, in the like box. Here I can see emit CSS snippets. But there will be an emit for the HTML one as well, but it's not there at the moment because I already installed it before, because I already want to do some stuff with it. So okay, so that's it. Well, we got everything installed. You know, maybe other things you want to do as well, but up to you really. And also, if you want, you can change the color schemes to, you know, anything you want. I have no idea what that is, but I think I'm going to keep it to what it was before. Was it that? Maybe I'll have a look at the other, you know, color schemes later, and then choose the best one. But so far, this is the best one. Okay, so for a starter, I'm going to show you a basic HTML layout, the basic HTML layout to get your page, to get a standard page up and running. It's very easy to get it started. All you have to do is type in that, type in the exclamation mark, and then hit tab. Whoops. Sorry, my bad. Now we can do it, because there was some problem with right here, as you can see, it says HTML, you know, but what it should have said was, before, it said text, plain text. Okay, so I'll do that again for you. Okay, just hit the exclamation mark and then tab. I should bring this out, and then now we're gonna give a little name to your page. Test site. Okay, so this is your test site. So you can run this as well on your web browser, so I'll do that in a bit. But then I'm going to show you how to add a paragraph. So the basic thing you probably want to do is add a paragraph. You want to add a paragraph to your web page, so you can show some text on your web page. So hit P paragraph, and then not in capitals, lowercase p, like that, and then type some text in there. So here's my first site I am doing on YouTube. Hurrah! And there again, I can put another P, but I'm going to leave that. Another thing I'm going to show you is the header tag. The header tag is a title tag for your page. So by default, you can just type header, tab, and you can say something like, welcome you YouTubers to this site. Welcome YouTubers, I don't know, something like that. Okay, so let me just Control S, and let me just open containing folder, right clicking open containing folder, and then in there, let me just open up this website, and you can see, welcome YouTubers, this is my first site on YouTube. Nope. Okay, I'll leave that open as well. Okay, now as you can see that the header tag is not really doing much to the page. It's just bringing it. It's just like a P tag, you might be thinking, but in some ways not, because it's a header. But if you want it to look more like a title, just change it to H1, and then save that. Open it back up again, and then you can see it being massive. H1. Welcome YouTubers. Hello. There you go. And just for the sake of it, I'll just put that there and leave that there. So what you can do is you can change this to H2. Okay, H2, and it becomes slightly smaller. Yay. Okay, and then you can go all the way to like H6. H6 is the last one you can do. But I'm not going to show you the in-betweens. H1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to show you the ones from 3 to 6, 3 to 5, but I'm going to keep it to H1, because I like it being big. Okay, Now let's look at another thing. Okay, another thing I'm going to look at is how to make things italics. Okay, you can go by simply going, okay, getting rid of all of this. Well, I'm going to show it because if you were to make a new page with just H1 without writing a text in it, you can just click I and click and hit tab, and in there you can put welcome. Now you can see, if I reload this page, bam, it's in italics. Also, you can also change it to italics as well, I think. Oh, maybe you can't. I don't know. There's another one for italics, but I think, but you know, but for now that's about it. Okay, so you might, so how to make, so you can make things italic, but how do I make things bold? Okay, in this p tag, I'm gonna make another p tag, and then in that p tag, I'm gonna put some text. This is bold. Okay, at the moment this is not bold. So what I'm going to do is, at the beginning, you can assign a bold tag by just doing B. Okay, and then closing. And then close it, and then close it. Okay, just another mention. If you were to just manually type in like a tag, for example like the bold tag, you could just do something like this to, like, so what you can do is you press that key and then do the left hand key and then you do the backslash, and then it should bring out the rest of it, so B. Do that again if you wanted, and you put another p tag, close the p tag, but you know you already got closing p tag, so you don't need to do that anymore. Done and dusted. And then if I go here and I was to, you know, save it, reload it, and you can see this becomes bold. Hurrah! Okay, and as you might have noticed in my other videos, not my other videos, as you may have noticed, I have shown you one of my sites, and it's got CSS and it's got app, and it looks very, very nice. And if you look at this page, it doesn't look very, very nice. Boo-hoo, you know. I will be getting onto CSS, but at the moment you need to know how to create actual content on the page. So in this video I was just going over the basics and everything of, you know, creating sites. But in the next coming videos I will probably, you know, go over some other bits and pieces to do with making sites. You know, this. But for now, this is it really. And oh, one thing I forgot to mention is here. It says, now it says test site. So this right there, that is where your title is. You can see here. Whoops. Right there. You saw test site title. That is right there. So, you know, that's where that's meant to be. Okay, so that is basically it for this video. So if you like my video, or if you want to see more of these type of videos, then subscribe to this channel. I'm not expecting hundreds of subscribers to subscribe on the first video. Okay, this is not something big, but I will be doing some updates I will be doing constant updates on this, so you will see lots and lots. But for now, this is really it. Got my first video, and I will probably be working on my second video now. You know, I did forget to mention something in this video, but you'll probably see that in the next video as well, and it'll probably be uploaded on the same day. So if you do watch this, then go ahead to the next one, because it will be, there'll be a link in the description to the next video once it's been uploaded, but now it's not, so I will. So thank you very much for watching this video, and leave a like down if you like it, or dislike it if you dislike it, you know, and thank you. Peace.